morning, everybody. Good morning. Ignite graduates, their special guests, our Ignite partners, all of you, we are pleased and very proud to have you here to celebrate our 6th graduation. For Ignite to have a life, it needs 3 vital components: participants, community partners, and a third one that often goes unrecognized, the correction officers and our staff. Without their cooperation, collaboration, enthusiasm, and support, Ignite would not be thriving at the Fayette County Jail the way it is today. So I would like to take just a moment to please give a hand to our correction officers and our staff. And we have many here today, it looks like. So to arrive at this point, this event, we had to ask, what if? Those 2 words, what if, are at the birth of inspiration, ambition, innovation. What if we give back? What if we step forward in adversarial conditions? What if we give it a try? Let's see where it leads us. Over 2 years ago, we asked what if. Sheriff asked us what if when presented with Ignite. And over 2 months ago, they asked what if and requested to join Ignite. As we celebrate the learning achievements of the 14 men and women to my right, remember that in the face of seemingly insurmountable personal trials, they asked what if. Never stop going out on that limb and taking the chance in the light of your future. Never stop asking what if. Our chaplain, John McGuire, will deliver our invocation.
I don't have a speech this morning, but I do have a few thoughts. We just had Thanksgiving, and it's been humbling for me to see real gratitude expressed in the lives of some of the inmates that I talked to for little things. And I think this Ignite program is a significant thing to just give thanks for. Thankful for, as Angie said, the participants stepping up to this opportunity. Thankful for the community members who are showing up to offer their experience and time to encourage these men and women. Thankful for the family members who are showing their support today. And also for the staff here at the jail, the counselors and the officers and the administration. Thankful for the vision that Sheriff Custer has embraced on behalf of Fayette County. And I'd just like to offer up a prayer now. Thank you, our God, for allowing us all to participate in this effort, Lord, to encourage those in this program who, going through a difficult time in their lives, have reached out to accept the offer of encouragement that you give. Father, thank you that you value each of our lives as so precious in your sight that you are willing to offer Jesus to come into this world and offer his life for ours. Lord, we just pray that you would help us to have vision, to have hope in the great things that you have in mind for us, and especially for those who are incarcerated now. We just ask your continued help, your provision for all of our needs. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. We're thankful for our first speaker's constant support, representing our county, and for his passion in seeing Ignite succeed at the jail, Sheriff Jim Custer.
Thank you, Angie, and thank you all for taking time out of your day to be here with us this morning. And thank you all the family members that are here and caring enough to show up because you are the support system that they have right now, and they're going to need you. So thank you. As many of you know, I.G.N.I.T.E began in Genesee County, Michigan. And just a little bit, what's I.G.N.I.T.E? Well, I.G.N.I.T.'s an acronym that just stands for Inmate Growth, Naturally, Intentionally Through Education. It was adopted by the National Sheriff's Association in 2021, and what started as a local initiative has grown into a national movement with a mission to bring education, workforce development, life skills into county jails across the country. The goal was simple but powerful: help individuals reintegrate into society, reduce recidivism, create safer facilities, and ultimately build stronger communities by changing the culture. Since its adoption, I.G.N.I.T.E has now launched in 33 counties across 15 states in the country. Fayette County was number 14 and the first in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania now has 3 sites up and running. We clearly have stepped into the national leadership role, embracing an approach to corrections that prioritizes progress over punishment. And when I say national spotlight, myself, along with the command staff here at the jail, Warden Lanke, Captain Eicher, Deputy Warden Kern, was asked to present our model at the National Sheriff's Conference this past summer in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I can't be more proud of this crew for making my vision a reality once I found out, a new facility like this was coming. So it was like, we have to do something different than what the old jail allowed us to do. It's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. But for the first time, the National Sheriff's Association puts out a monthly publication, their Sheriff and Deputy magazine, and our model of I.G.N.I.T.E is gone nationwide and covered in this magazine. So they are the feature story, and we have 2 new cover girls. It may not be the cover they wanted to be on, but Captain Eicher and Captain Maddie, thank you very much. So this makes us very proud and just shows the work that is being accomplished here in Fayette County. I'm so grateful for the I.G.N.I.T.E sheriffs across the country, our I.G.N.I.T.E coordinators from the National Sheriff's Association, Megan Bill and Claire McNally, who couldn't be with us today. I also have to thank our national partners, Verizon Frontline, Aramark, and NCIC, for their generous support, whose belief in the mission of I.G.N.I.T.E helps fuel our expansion and success. But as important as that support is, the real work starts right here in the county, in this community. Every educator, staff member, volunteer, and community partner who gets involved will continue to shape the trajectory of I.G.N.I.T.E in Fayette County. To our graduates, our students, our Ignitees, congratulations on your accomplishments. I commend you on your willingness to engage in something completely new, something outside the box, something that I'm sure you've never experienced before. I hope this will be life-changing for you, give you a base and a foundation, because we believe that every one of you has the capacity for change. I'll leave you with this: your addiction, your vices, is not your identity. Your weakness is not your identity. You're a beloved son, you're a beloved daughter, and that is eternal, and the rest will pass. Please keep the faith, and congratulations again. Thank you.
We have a lot to be thankful for when it comes to our next speaker, Jessica Hajek Bates. From her enthusiastic grant writing, that has allowed us to bring better and newer programming to the jail this coming January for I.G.N.I.T.E, to buoying our Fayette County reentry program and getting it back on track. Jessica is a community gem. She is currently the CEO of Community Foundation of Fayette County. Please welcome her.
Thank you, everyone. When Angie reached out and asked me to come back into the jail and spend some time with all of you, I was like over the moon. In my new role, I'm not as involved as I once was in reentry, but it's something that's very, very close and dear to my heart. So Good morning, graduates over there, families, our elected officials, our jail team that's amazing, and community partners. Today, we celebrate not only your graduation, but the rebirth of possibility. I'm going to be looking at a lot of you, okay, as I talk, because I really want you to feel this, okay? Each of you has shown extraordinary courage in choosing to rebuild your lives and plan for your reentry. In doing so, you are also helping to rebuild Fayette County. I'm not trying to make you cry, okay, because I might start. Your journey reminds us that second chances are not just about individuals. They are about communities. In Fayette County, we know that when one person rises, we all rise. We are here to celebrate you and this amazing accomplishment. We admire your resilience. You have proven that setbacks do not define you. What defines you is the choice to rise again. Commitment. Completing I.G.N.I.T.E required discipline, sacrifice, and faith in yourself. This commitment is the same power that will carry you into new opportunities. Leadership. By graduating today, you are showing others what is possible. You are role models for those who may still be searching for hope. None of you are alone. This community and your families stand beside you. We believe in you. We believe in your ability to build careers, nurture families, and contribute to this community in ways that matter. Your journey reminds us that second chances are not just possible, they are powerful. We are invested in your future. I have been blessed to spend a great deal of time with the people in this room, helping to plan for your success. You are part of a larger movement here in Fayette County. With the help of Community Action, some of you will have an opportunity to work for Heartland Fabrication when you get out of jail. My goodness, that's a tremendous way to provide for you and your family. How amazing, how about the amazing things you learned from Mel and Christy from our Human Resources office at the county? I have no doubt you're going to ace those interviews, right? Ready? I can't even imagine all that you've learned about budgeting and financial literacy from our friends at United Bank. Use those tools to create to and stick to a budget, and I'd love some of those tips, okay? For those of you with ServSafe certifications, you are leaving here with a certificate that will help you begin your career thanks to Summit Food Service. Our friends from the Private Industry Council, they've taught you about advancing in your career. You might start out in food prep, okay? But you could end up a chef one day. You could. And thanks to our friends at Penn State, you've learned about the importance of nutrition. Last but not least, I have no doubt that my friend Liz from Dress for Success really got you ladies excited about your future, right? Okay. Remember those plans. Remember that feeling. So when you succeed as a graduate who secures a job, you will strengthen our economy. When you succeed as a parent who rebuilds your life, you will stabilize your family. When you succeed as a reentrant who reclaims their self-worth, you will inspire others to believe in their own potential, regardless of their past. Your success is Fayette County's success. Carry this moment with pride. Congratulations. Go forward with courage and hope, and with the knowledge that Fayette County stands with you. We need your abilities, your strength, and your success. Congratulations again, everyone.
Captain Heather Eicher is going to give us our 6th session I.G.N.I.T.E summary.
Good morning. I want to begin by thanking each of you for being here today. Today is more than a graduation. It is a turning point, a moment where each of you stands on the edge of something new. You are choosing to build for yourselves. Completing this program is not a small accomplishment. It took discipline, honesty, courage, and the willingness to face parts of your life that aren't always easy to look at. Many people never take that step, but you did, and that matters. During this session, there were 7,956 courses completed, with a total of 5,617 hours logged over 8 weeks. This impressive accomplishment reflects the dedication and hard work of everyone involved. Every person in this room has a past, but more importantly, every person in this room has a future. What that future becomes will be shaped not by where you've been, but by the choices you make from this moment forward. You've already proven something important. You can change the direction of your life. Change doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small decisions, every single day. Choosing patience instead of anger, choosing honesty instead of excuses, and choosing to ask for help instead of giving up. Choosing to be the kind of person your future self will be proud of. The world you will return to may not be perfect. Some people may doubt you, but you're not defined by anyone else's expectations. You define yourself by choices, you make the actions you take. Your past may explain you, but it does not limit you. Your mistakes may teach you, but they don't own you. Your future is entirely yours, and today I want you to walk out of this room knowing 3 things. First, you're capable. You've demonstrated commitment, resilience. These are the exact strengths needed to rebuild a life. Second, you're not alone. There are people who believe in you, and there are resources that exist to support you. Asking for help is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. And third, you have the right and the power to create a future you can be proud of, a future built on purpose, integrity, and hope. Congratulations on arriving at this milestone. Continue to choose the path that brings out the best in you, and keep walking toward the life you deserve. And remember, your story is still being written, and the best chapters can still lie ahead. Congratulations.
All right, please welcome our warden, John Lanke.
Good morning. Thanks, everyone, for showing up. Families, participants. I know I'm hard on you guys on a lot of different aspects, especially when we speak. I didn't see you as much this semester due to how busy I've been, especially with hunting season. So not as much as usual. But here we are again, and I just wanted to take a look and see a lot of the same faces here as usual and some new ones. But you guys stayed in it because you're staying positive. You know, and staying positive a lot of times is, we think of it so hard to do because the negative is so easy. But it's not as hard as you think. It just takes a little discipline. And the brain, honestly, it can't process the negative. It can't. For example, don't think of a pink elephant. Huh? You're going to do it. You're going to think of a pink elephant. So, for example, is if you look at skiers, just look at skiers, for instance. So you're skiing down a hill, and there's nothing but trees in front of you, tons of trees. So if you're skiing down a hill and all you think about is don't hit the trees, don't hit the trees, don't hit the trees, what are you going to do? You're going to hit the trees. The good skiers will sit there and they'll pick a path and they'll say, follow the path, follow the path, follow the path. And then they stay to the path and they just stick to the course of the path and they don't even think about the trees. So moving forward, just concentrate on your path and where you want to go. What you're trying to do is not easy. We all know that. It's very difficult to change who you are and become the person that you want to be. One thing that I've found that made my life better is this. Judge yourself by your actions, not your thoughts. I became significantly less disappointed in myself when I started judging myself only on the actions that I took, not on the thoughts that I had. I threw optimism and pessimism out the window, and I said, I'm just going to get it done. If I fail, then so be it. I fail. Don't take so much time making decisions. Successful people will make 10 decisions before an unsuccessful person will make one. Why? Because they don't hesitate to make decisions. You don't know if it's a good decision or a bad decision until after you've already made it. You have no idea how it's going to turn out. So while some people take a month to make a decision and have 10 meetings on that decision, a successful person has already made 20 decisions. Some failed, some have not. However, they're way much further forward. I don't like meetings very much. I don't. I think meetings are just, all they do is delay actually doing something. It's just a delay doing something. We'll have a meeting. Okay, we'll have another meeting. Okay, we're gonna have a meeting on that. Well, I could have already had this started. We know it's a good idea or else we wouldn't be here in the first place. One meeting may be enough. You know, as I said, once you make these decisions, and whether they're going to be bad or good, guys, ladies, you don't know. But that's the ironic tragedy of life, I guess. Life has to be lived forward, but it only makes sense in reverse. That's just the way it is. Some of you won't be here much longer. You'll be moving on to other facilities. Some of you were kicking out because you've been in it for a year, and a year is going to be our limit, so to let new people come in. Others will be going home to bigger and better things. Hopefully you'll carry some new thoughts, new experiences, and new ideals with you when you do go. I just wanted to let you know, it's not so much advice, because you know I don't really like giving advice. Casey, you know that. I always say that. I really don't. But everything changed for me when I realized that we are not meant to feel excited and perfect all the time. I started accepting that where I am now is where I'm meant to be. Tough days are all part of the process. Lean into them. We mature with damage, not with years. When you can't find a solution to a problem in your life, it's probably not a problem that needs solved, but more of a truth that needs accepted. Love yourself and love the ones closest to you while you still can. Life goes by in a blink. You won't know what true pain is until you crave a conversation with someone who is no longer with us. Trust me from experience. It's never too late to change, ever. We will never be as young as we are right now. This is it. This is as young as we'll ever be again. Take advantage of the opportunities that are given to you, not just here, but everywhere in life. People wake up every day and say that they're going to change their lives, and most never do. Make today that day. The day that you look back on and say, that was the day that I decided that I'm going to change my life. I just want you all to know I'm rooting for you. I truly am. I mean that. Good luck and congratulations.
In addition to the tablet-based individual learning, most participants will be receiving certificates for various in-person courses that wouldn't have been possible without the community sponsors that are seated before us. They stepped up and believed in the I.G.N.I.T.E vision and our participants. We are enormously appreciative of them and their staffs. I'd like to welcome the following who have served as instructors this session, starting with first a word from one of those partners, and that would be Fayette County's Director of Human Resources, Christy Spiker, and she, with HR Specialist Melvin Metz-Patty, they held the workshop, Welcome to the Workforce Seminar. Christy?
Thank you, everyone. It's always hard to go after the warden, John Lanky. I don't like when they do this to me, but it's okay. So just want to say welcome. I honestly did not expect to speak today, so I'm going to have to shoot from the hip today and say a couple things. But the warden and Angie asked me to sort of take just a couple minutes and talk about what a vision was that I sort of had and what I have been working on along with a lot of partners, the commissioners, a lot of people. So I've been doing this. This was my 4th session with I.G.N.I.T.E, and I remember sitting in here the first day, and I was so excited about what I.G.N.I.T.E stood for. And I thought, I was just a person in the audience, but I'm like, wow, that's amazing, and I want to be part of that, right? So I asked if I could, and the warden and the staff, they were gracious enough to allow me to do that. So we came in, and we do welcome to the workforce, and kind of going to give you a tiny bit so that you understand where I'm going to. Through these classes, I had an opportunity to talk to a lot of individuals. And there was a lot of conversation, a lot of things that went back and forth. And there's a gentleman in the graduating class, I won't call him out, but he brought up a very valid point. And he said, here's the thing, Christy. He said, your class is great. And he said, we're learning a lot. But the thing is, when we get out of here, it's like a bridge, and we're here and we're trying to get here, and it's a little bit crumbled in the middle. We just can't quite connect to get to where we need to be. So we talked about what was causing that, and one of the main things that's causing it is when these ladies and gentlemen get out of incarceration, they're placed in a home plan, and there's a lot of different things that happen. But what happens is they also have a lot of challenges that they have to face right when they get out. And one of them is a job, right? Money. Money, you can't do anything without money, right? So we started talking, and the one inmate said to me, he said, I'm going to think about it. And he says, probably over the weekend, if I had a job come Monday morning, he said, I would have something to look forward to. But if I don't have that job, and my friends are out, and I think, I don't have money, I don't have a driver's license, don't have my Social Security card, I don't have any decent clothes, I don't have a car. So I start looking at that line of cocaine that my friends are doing while they're shooting pool and drinking beer. And it's easier for me to take, do that line of cocaine because I don't have anything to look forward to. He said, some people may have better opportunities out there, but some of us don't. So I started thinking about it, and I would lay in bed at night, and I'm like, that makes so much sense. And I know there's so many partners here that have helped. So reach out to, the commissioners, and one of the commissioners had stated to me, hey, listen, why don't you get in touch with Jessica, which we did, and sort of kind of give her some of your thoughts and ideas. And Jessica really started the process. And what my vision was for I.G.N.I.T.E is to do what we call a inmate reentry or an inmate employee, I'm not even sure what we're going to name it yet, but basically what it is we want to take, and we're working with different agencies to get grant money, and we'd like to take the inmates who are going to be released, and we would like to create 10 part-time reentry inmate positions that would be county positions that we would pay a part-time wage to when they get out. It would be a temporary program that would last for 90 days. And during that 90 days, we would have jobs through the county for these inmates. Whether it's out in the parks, putting them to help cut grass, do mulching during the summer, bringing them in during the bad weather and having them paint or do some other jobs that need done, having them help with maintenance, custodial, just things that they're qualified for. And what they would do then, they would receive a paycheck from us. And then we would work with other partners such as United Bank to try to get them established so they can get a check cash, get a direct deposit, make things a little easier. I've already talked to Captain Iker, Captain Maddie about, the possibilities of getting them actual state identifications. And, I wasn't aware, I'm always learning stuff from them, that it's not as easy to get a county inmate a state ID as it is if you're in the state, because they have that there, they do that. But they are looking into it. So even though there are going to be hiccups, and I don't know all the, what we're going to face, I'm still trying. And I want this to be so successful. They would receive pays, like I said, from the county, 90 days, we would have 10 positions, and then that gives them an opportunity to get some money saved up, right? And then you have to make the decision. What are you gonna do with that paycheck? You're gonna take that paycheck and you're gonna hopefully do something good with it and not go back to maybe some old ways with that money, right? So, we are doing everything that we can to ensure that we can help stop the recidivism and make this I.G.N.I.T.E program the best that it could be. I am so proud of the sheriff and the entire jail staff, the commissioners, all of the partners that have come together and really put Fayette County on the map. And I am most proud of the I.G.N.I.T.Es that sit here, and I see a lot of faces. Floyd, he's smiling. That's my poem guy right there. Floyd wrote me a poem, and he brought it today, so for I.G.N.I.T.E, he's going to read it. But yay, 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 Floyd. So, but I see a lot of similar faces too that have been in other classes. So I am super proud of you. And, you know, my goal is to get you back into the workforce. And if you do, if we can make this temporary employment happen, then down the road, if you have shown that you're an exceptional employee, then we're absolutely going to look at if you can work for our county. You know, how hypocritical would we be if we say, well, we're trying to help, you know, stop the recidivism, but we're sorry, you were in our jail, you can't work for us. We've had employees at the county who have been incarcerated in this jail, and they did remarkable. So that's really all I have to say. I'm super excited about this program. Everybody cross your fingers that we can get this grant. I gave a budget the other day, so I'm asking for some money, and hopefully we can make that happen and get this program rolling. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Stay here? Yeah, please. Yep. And just go right behind you here. And I'm going to call up the rest of our session partners. Instructor Kathleen Griffith from United Bank, financial literacy class. And Kathleen, this will be the last one that Kathleen is with us. She's retiring next week, so. Penn State instructor Elizabeth Coxis, who brought us our nutrition class to I.G.N.I.T.E. Lori Hensel from Heartland Fabrication in Brownsville. Lori represented Heartland Careers with an introductory welding seminar. Private Industry Council's Chandra Sloboda, instructor for the class Career Pathways. I'd like to mention somebody who's not here, Liz Mims. She was new to the session, the only instructor who couldn't be here today. Ms. Mims ran a popular women's learning cohort workshop. She works with various groups in Allegheny County, such as Dress for Success and Employ Her, and she will be back for our next session. Lastly, Mandy Berggren, our kitchen supervisor with Summit Food Services. She runs the practical kitchen class Pathways that culminates with the valuable ServSafe exam and certification. And that said, Mandy, could I get you to come back this way for just a moment? Up in front. And we would like to call the following Pathways ServSafe course finishers to the front: Floyd Calloway and Nathan Musisco. Edward Shelton? Yes. And Edward Shelton, my apology.
There you go. Congratulations.
Oh, let's put it on. Let's put it on. Can you put it on? And I'll hold your stuff.
Come on, guys, put it on.
Come on.
Mr. Floyd, put it on.
That's why you need to put
This
it
is what we
on.
do.
He was always such a rebel in class.
Congratulations.
All right, good job. Mr. Ed? All right, good job.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. All right, the following participants, I will read all of them. And I am going to start with the males. I had previously said the females, but I was asked to do the males first. Let's see. Skylar Anderson. Casey Bollinger. Casey finished Welcome to the Workforce.
Good job, Casey.
Floyd Calloway. CPR and safety, ServSafe certification, Heartland Welding Seminar, Career Pathways, and Welcome to the Workforce.
Good job,
George Kramer, Career Pathways, and Welcome to the Workforce.
George, here's your certificate.
Arthur Goody.
Congrats.
Nathan Musisco.
I have no
He's not here, correct? He's one. Stanley Oler, Career Pathways and Welcome to the Workforce.
Stanley, congratulations. Congrats.
William Perkins, Heartland Welding Seminar. Edward Shelton, Heartland Welding Seminar, Welcome to the Workforce, and Career Pathways. And he earned that apron too.
Mr. Ed, congratulations.
Danny Sottle.
Danny, congratulations.
Edgar Yoders, Heartland Welding Seminar, Welcome to the Workforce, and Career Pathways.
Rebel, congratulations.
Thank you.
Amanda Fry, Financial Literacy, Women's Workshop, Nutrition Class, Career Pathways, and Welcome to the Workforce.
Amanda.
Good job, Amanda.
Good job, girl. Thank you. Good job.
Stephanie Sylvester, Financial Literacy, Women's Workshop, Nutrition Class, Career
Stephanie, proud of
Pathways,
you.
and Welcome to the Workforce.
Okay, good job.
Thank you, partners, again. And as Stephanie gets back, let's get all of our participants, all of our Ignitees to stand up again. Let's give them a round of applause for their accomplishments this session. Congratulations, guys and gals. All right, you may take a seat. Partners, thank you.
Can I give that to you? I think
Yeah.
he's gone by.
Yes, I didn't even realize when I started.
For me too.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. Yep, thank you very much. Now, a closing poem by Floyd Calloway.
See, Floyd, I told you were going to read it. You told me no. I knew.
I know, yeah.
All right, all right.
I told you I'm soft.
Huh? You are soft.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
That's your first mistake, letting her know that.
Yeah, I see.
He was my challenge person in there, buddy.
Through the Ignite program, lost souls are sought. The caring of the staff lets us know that we're not forgot. Through their love and understanding, the knowledge is told that gives us reassurance that we're worth more than gold. The most important message I receive from them, you see, is when I get out, they're there for me. So with this thanks, I wish for y'all to know that y'all are a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
That concludes our program. Thank you all for being with us today. Anybody that wants to do a closing remark? That's it. All right, thanks, guys.